Donald Trump is having regrets about the people that he has deported, and now he's talking about bringing them back. Of course, he's saying on Fox that, we want them to learn and be educated and then come back legally, and that sounds all well and good, but he also goes on to say that it's punishing the farmers because they now don't have people to work their fields, and there's nobody who's going to go and do that type of work in America. And it's almost as if we said, yeah, we told you so. And what is the process of bringing these people back legally? He has no plan. He's just throwing shit out. But what it shows is a huge miscalculation. It was supposed to be, according to Donald Trump and his supporters, what they claim now. It's supposed to be the violent criminals. When you start rounding up people at their green card interviews and you're going to their place of employment, it's no longer about violent criminals. It's about the racist behavior of profiling and just grabbing anybody who is brown and getting them the hell out of America. And now you found out that America's farmers and workforce is built around people like this who will do hard labor tasks. You're now wanting to re-bring them back because you realize you fucked up so badly when you did that. So just add this to the long list of the bumbling, fumbling missteps of Donald Trump.
Dude, my hands are wrecked. This is brutal. I can't do this anymore. Bring them back. We need them back.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Hosting Stories KE, and in this episode we want to resume our topic. Donald Trump made a recent alarming comment on Fox Live. In this episode we saw he was saying he wants to bring back immigrants simply because the rich farmers in the United States, their crops are rotting, there is no workforce in their farm, they are going bankrupt. We've seen groceries increase in prices. Now, this is the effect of Donald Trump mass deportation because these immigrants were working in these people rich farms, but now they are going bankrupt because there is no one to work in their farms. And now I think they are now begging their president, the MAGA people are begging their president to bring these immigrants back so that they can work in their farm, because the inner city people doesn't want to work in those farms. Who are the inner cities in this picture that Donald Trump was referring to? The inner city people are the black folks, the black community. Donald Trump thought that because he sent away the immigrants, now the black people will be vulnerable and say, you know what, we don't have jobs, let's go and work in these white farms. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. The black people just sat down and say, okay, you've sent away the immigrants, now let's see if this MAGA thing is going to work. But unfortunately, they are not willing anytime soon to work in the farms. Now, these immigrants, Donald Trump is saying he's willing to bring them back so that they can work for the rich, work for the people. Now, you tell me, while sending the immigrants away in chains, do you think they might come back and work in these farms? But before that, I've seen some very hilarious clips here and there. I think they were made with AI of these white people in those farms claiming, bring them back. We are tired. We can't do this work. Our skins are turning red. Please, Mr. President, bring them back. Just check these AI videos out.
I miss Juan. I can't do this. I had it so good I didn't know. President, please. We need the real workers back.
I know, I'm so lazy.
Trump, bring them back. We'll pay double. We need them back. President, ICE, bring back the Juans and the Julios.
I'm not built for working.
It's too hard.
Hilarious, right? And these people are the MAGA people. Make America great again. Now, they thought by sending away immigrants will make America great again. But now see, they need the same immigrants so that they can work on their farms. Because why are they complaining? They were just the other day complaining, these immigrants are taking our work. We don't have jobs anymore because the people from other countries have come to our country and to take away our jobs. We don't have workmanship. We we don't know what we'll do. We don't have jobs. We are fighting for jobs with the immigrants. Now look, so their cries were heard. The mass deportation and the border policy was was increased. The migrants were taken away without nothing and in chains. Now, so after the migrants went away, which means now the jobs that they were complaining we don't have jobs, they are available. Why can't they go and do those jobs? Why does these white people go and do those jobs? They can't work in construction sites, they need immigrants. They can't work in their farms, they need immigrants. They can't do anything, they just need workmanship. So in this recent comment of Donald Trump, I think it is just another way of discriminating the blacks, because what do you mean the inner city people are not willing to work? And we know the inner city people are, of course, the blacks. But before I give out my commentaries, please, let's watch these clips. And I really need you to watch to the end, because I will need your comments. I will need your thoughts in the comment section. Just check this out.
So Donald Trump, not in these exact words, but basically admitted this week that a lot of the things that he's been doing, a lot of the policies, a lot of the executive orders that he's been signing off on was all made with the intention of getting black people back into the field. It was made with the intention of getting black people back into the field. All right, so on Tuesday, Donald Trump made an appearance, right, on CNBC's Squawk Box. And on that platform, he actually made a lot of commentary in regards to the situation with the deportations, migrant workers, the state of America's agriculture, and he made comments on inner city people not doing farm work. I want you to always remember that when they mention inner city, that means black. In Donald Trump's exact words, people that live in the inner city are not doing that work. They've tried. We've tried. Everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. They don't get a bad back, because if they get a bad back, they die. He also went on to say that they are very, very, very special people and they cannot be easily replaced. Remember what I said, anytime that they mention the words inner city people, inner city communities, inner city neighborhoods, that's black. That's code for black. Black, blackity black, okay? Black people. And it is because of that exact commentary that it reconfirms for me, okay? Not confirms, but reconfirms, meaning that I already knew. But it reconfirms that the plan from the very beginning with these executive orders, right, was to further destabilize black communities, further destabilize poor communities, but black mainly, so that you could put pressure on these communities so that you could get them to go back into the field, right? And then once you get them back in the field, bingo, you've made America great again. Modernize slavery. But black people said, fuck you and this little game that you want to play. Since we are the most valuable player on the scoreboard, we will remove ourselves and let's see if this game is still going to continue. And that's in fact what we're seeing right now. Donald Trump thought that by forcing all of these other people out, taking away our Medicaid, doing all of these things to further destabilize our community, that we would conform, that we would just do what he wants us to do, what the whites of this world, what white supremacy wants us to do. But black people decided to pull a Uno reverse and they did nothing, which is something that they're not used to black people doing. They're used to black people having this spirit of rebellion, having this spirit of revolution. But instead, black people decided that, you know what, I'm going to preserve my energy for me and my people, but I'm also going to remove myself from this game entirely. And now everything is starting to crumble. The way that the America agriculture is taking a huge hit right now because of Donald Trump and his deportations. Like, I don't think that you understand how much America survives off of the labor of undocumented workers. And when I say y'all, I mean all the other races. Black people knew, because black people were telling you. They told you, don't do this. Don't do this, because we're not going back in the field. Don't do this, but y'all didn't listen. And just to put it into retrospect of how important undocumented migrant workers are to the agriculture economy here in America, the U.S. Department of Agriculture reports that roughly 42% of crop workers are undocumented, with nearly 70% being foreign-born. This labor is essential in states like California and Texas, where up to 80% of farm workers lack legal status. Donald Trump signed off on a lot of these executive orders back in January. It is now August, and in between that time, he has done a parade of chaotic shit, trying to put pressure on the black community, but the black community has refused to fold. They have not folded. And it's not just the black community, but the legal Hispanic community here, the legal Latinos here, the Browns, and every other race that sees what this administration has been trying to do from the very beginning. They have not folded. And because of that, everything that he has signed off on in January is starting to bite him in the ass in August. And to all of you people out there that had so much to say in regards to the black community and the 92% and them actually deciding to stand down and not participate, to not get involved, to protect their peace, all of the critiques that you had on their decision, let this be your example. Let this be your primary example as to why you should stay the fuck out of black people business. Stay the fuck out of black people business. You had so much to say in regards to our decision and wanting to stand the fuck back and deciding to remove ourselves from this entire game altogether, right? Now, you see that black people actually knew what the fuck they were doing. They knew what the fuck they were doing. They told you were going to need these people because they weren't doing it anymore. They told you they wasn't going to do it anymore. You still got rid of them people. You still got rid of the migrants. You still did and went through with the mass deportations, and now you guys want food. But you thought that the black people was going to get into the field. No, they wasn't going to do it. They wasn't going to do it. They wasn't going to do it. And now you see why they decided from the very beginning, oh, I see how this is going to play out. Exit stage left.
So for those of you guys that didn't know, Trump did an interview in which he basically talked about regretting the deportations, the mass deportations, right? And he also stated that it was under the impression of the Republicans and the people that are basically giving him these strategies that the black community would eventually get back in the field. That we would take the place of the people that he deported. I'm not sure who told him that. I don't know who the fuck told him that shit. But you need to go ahead and fire that person, because, baby, we degreed the fuck up. Not only are we degreed the fuck up, we have buyer power and seller power, and we're a literal force. I mean, black women alone are such a threat that they had to change federal law to make black loan or black grants that are strictly for black women and black owned businesses inclusive to everybody, because we were growing so quickly. Anyways, and they saw us coming from a mile away. They were like, these motherfuckers is, God damn, these bitches are smart. And is the most educated group in this nation, period.
Now, in modern world, we all coexist. I mean, there is a lot to do with the immigrants or without the immigrants. And these same people were complaining that they don't have jobs. Now that their president, the MAGA president, said that, you know what, you are complaining, you are my people, you voted for me, you don't have jobs, so I will send these immigrants away so that you can have jobs. Now, the immigrants are gone. They are now begging the president to bring them back. Why? They are saying we need these immigrants to work in our farms because these people are natural. We can't replace them. That is also what president said, by the way. He said these people are natural. We can't replace them. If you can't replace them, then why did you send them away in chains? And sending them away in chains, do you think that they will come? Even if there are papers, do you think they will come back? You send them away with nothing. So this immigration idea was just not a good thing. Sending mass deportation, you could have even alerted them. I saw the other day, people were just ambushed. Someone is snitching on you. You are seated in your home. The authorities come, chain you up with nothing, no phone, no bank account, no property made, nothing. Shoo, in the aeroplane, gone. So after going, where do you start your life? And now they have gone, okay. They have decided, you know what, we have been chased away, let's go, let's leave the work. After some few months, we've seen farmers complaining. Potato plant and tomato plant rotting. We've seen groceries rotting. increase in prices of vegetables increasing daily because there is demand but there is no supply. Demand is very high, but there is no supply. Because supply, there is no workmanship. There is no one to work in those farms. Farmers are complaining. Crops are rotting. There is no one to work in those farms because we thought that sending these immigrants away will increase job opportunities, will also increase productivity. But no one is working in their farms anymore. But maybe we are just overthinking. Maybe this MAGA thing will work. You do just tell me what you think in the comment section. I really need to hear from you. Do you think this it was prudent? Do you think sending the immigrants away and then requesting them to come back will work? Do you think these farmers should just work for themselves? Because sending the migrants away, it simply meant we don't need you. Do you think that the black community, the inner city people, will work on these farms? Do you think so? Because I personally don't think the blacks will work in these farms. They can't. You sent away the people that were working, and then you expect we, the blacks, to work in your farms? Hell no. We can't do that. The blacks can't do that. But in the meantime, tell me what you think. Remember to subscribe to this video and see you in the next. Adios.